What is up, guys? I'm your friendly neighborhood web war fanatic, a casual Lorcana player, and I'm super excited to test out this new Hercules deck that I made here. So we're on Pixelborn Connect, and I had to do hardcore rank because I could not get a matchup for the regular rank stuff because the queue just took way too long. But yeah, we're in hardcore ranked here, so we're gonna do the best out of 3 games, and we are on the play right now, so we get to go first, which is really good because the matchup here is against the Ruby Amethyst deck with a B prep and all that stuff. So this is our toughest matchup, in my opinion, for this Hercules deck. But yeah, I'll go over in another video about more about the Hercules deck here and really break down the deck. But yeah, I am just testing some games right here. And we did our mulligans, and then we're just shuffling back up here. So what I'm really looking for here on turn 1 is a Captain Hook. That'll be the best start. And we really want the Hook and the Smee to carry us. So I ink a Hercules, and I do have the Captain Hook there. So 1 ink, and I play Captain Hook, and I pass over to my opponent. They ink an Iago, and they play a Diablo there. So going for that draw engine here for a Ruby Amethyst. We ink a Pete, and we play a Smee. Okay, so that is the ideal turn 1 and 2 right there. Hook can quest for 1 because they play a Diablo. If they play like a Chernobog's, I probably wouldn't quest there. So my opponent plays a Chernobog's and a Broom on turn 2. Specie says it's called the Shin Miriam line. I'm not entirely sure if I got that right. I just watch Specie a lot. So I ink another Hercules, play a Lawrence, and then right here we're just trying to hyper aggro basically, right? Until we can get into late game to get down Meg and Hercules. So I quest with the Smee. And I pass over to my opponent. I do not quest with the Hook here because I'm scared that the Chernobog can take it out. So my opponent quests with the Broom. They play the Crab, gives the Diablo +3 Challenger, so then take out the Smee with that Diablo, which is really good for them to get a lot of draw power. And they also quest the Chernobog and then get a draw with Chernobog as well. So I ready up, draw for turn. And then, yeah, this is on 2 speed here. So if I talk fast, I apologize, guys. I'm trying to keep up with the game. So I do 2 ink to play a Mr. Smee again, who does not take damage because Hook is a captain. I ink a Clarabelle, and Hook will quest 1 here. Why did I quest with the Hook? Oh, because I feel like it would be good if the Crab wasted his turn to challenge the Hook. And I could quest 2 with the 2 questers with Smee and the Lawrence. But he didn't do that. He sung with the Crab, and he played a Rabbit, which gives me a little bit more momentum here because he needs a little more time to get going. So we're just going to keep aggroing. And since the Crab will exert, I don't want to get that Challenger 3, so I have the Hook take it out with this Challenger 2. And then I ink, and I play a Megara there. So Megara has Ward. Whenever you play a Hercules character, you can ready her back up. I'll just explain to my opponent what she does. She's 4/4, and then I have the Smee and the Lawrence quest. So my opponent has the Rabbit challenge into the Smee to take itself out, and then my opponent draws a card. So they have a bunch of cards in hand here. They play a Iago and a Diablo. So right now we have 5 ink. We are hoping to try to draw the big Clarabelle, right? That's kind of our main draw engine right now. But no cards in hand, so we play the dock and we draw 2. So it's a perfect time to fizzle out with cards in hand, because then we can draw more cards with the dock. And now we're just looking for the Clarabelle. When my opponent B preps, I want to play the Clarabelle to get my draw engine back up and match their hand, right? It's that 7 drop Clarabelle. So I'm in quest with the Lawrence, who's 0/4, but he has +4 attack if I have no damage on him, so he's 4/4. And I keep the Meg up there just because she has ward, so she can't easily be taken out. And if I play a Hercules, I can write up Meg and have her quest again. So there Iago takes out the Lawrence in 1 go. Iago is insane. I do run 4 baboons in his deck. If I had one, I definitely would have played on the Iago and take it out. And they quest with the Diablo and play Maui Half Shark. Alright, that's where this gets really rough. So I have the Megara quest for 2. And then I'm sure I have a Herc in hand if I'm questing with the Megara. So I do 4 for Hercules, which can write up the Megara with her ability. And then I don't think I will quest here, right? Because if the Maui Half Shark challenges me, or I think I asked my opponent to see their discard out, and I think they just have a friends as an action. And then I just pass. Yeah, so I don't want to get their friends back. They draw for turn. And they sing Pirate's Life, so I lose 2 lore. And the Maui Half Shark is entirely controlling the board right here. Very dangerous for me. And they quest out. And then my opponent makes actually, I think they are going to be prep here actually, because I actually have lethal in my hand, and they don't know that. They go to 7 and they be prep, yeah, because I had the Megara to quest for 2, her quest for 2, so I will go up to 16. Actually, I didn't have lethal. I won Herc in hand, right? So that Herc. So I would have gotten up to 18, but my opponent did not want that, so they B prep me. So I play the Herc, I pass. They play Late Germain, banish the Herc, which is a perfect follow up after a B prep. So not in the best position right now. And then I think I do 5 for Tinkerbell there, which does not do much right now. And I pass it back over to them. They play Nurture Main, so I lose the Tink. So definitely on the back foot here. And I play another Hercules, Inkapete, play a Captain Hook. So if they lay trim hit me again, then that doesn't happen. Now I can banish the hook, but they play a B prep here. So didn't matter. They wiped our board. I got really lucky here. I top deck a dock, draw 2 cards because I had no more in hand, and I played a Bodyguard Herc. I pass back over to my opponent. My opponent plays a Finders Keepers, so they spend 5 ink to draw 3. And yeah, I really want that big Clarabelle right here. We have 2 copies of the deck and one card in hand. So they just bounce, play a Broom, bounce it to get the stronger statted Snake in play. I quest for 2 here with the Dock and the Herc, and I play a Bodyguard Big Herc here with Resist 1, 6/5, quest for 2. And then we go to 14, but my opponent's at 15, so a little bit rough. I'm down to 1 card in hand. They Dragonfire the big Herc there just because he's really difficult to take out. And then my opponent forgets that Herc has Bodyguard, so he tried to take out the Dock. I was just reminding him that the Herc has Bodyguard. So I think my opponent will have to challenge into the Bodyguard Herc just so I quest for less. And then my opponent is deciding what to do. I think they ink a... I didn't quite catch that card. They play a Broom and a Fox to bounce the Broom and also rush into the Dock. Yeah, so definitely a rough game, but we got another Megara down. So Meg is our key card for like questing late game because we have a bunch of Hercules, so we can quest out. So they play an Elsa, cannot exert the Meg because of her ward, and they play Diablo and they passed. So it's back over to my turn, and I quest with the Meg, go to 16, do 2, play a Herc, ready up the Meg, and then do I have another Herc here? I feel like I may have a 6-drop Herc, I'm not sure. Oh, we have a Hera here with ward, yeah. So I'm safe to quest out with the Meg because we have another ward character. So if my opponent can B prep here again, then they can wipe my board. But I'm not sure because they already played some B preps. Oh, so they're digging here, yeah. And then they're digging for that last B prep, and I do not believe they were able to get it. So they challenge into the Meg for the option to draw more cards. Yeah, I believe they actually had up to how much ink did they have there? 9. Actually, never mind. I thought they had enough to ink and then play B prep. To play Elsa, they can exert like a Herc, but they can't exert the Hera, right? So even they take out the Meg and the Herc because of the ward on Hera, she can quest 2, and then yeah, that's the first game there. So shout out to my opponent, and then this is actually my first time playing the best out of 3 on Pixelborn, because we normally just do the normal like ranked. I think I played like a long time ago, and then I stopped playing. So I was trying to ask my opponent like, how do we like, how does this work? And I want to exit that screen, but actually quit here. So I had to reboot it up, and you can easily just reconnect here on Pixelborn. Yeah, so we're back in the game. So this is for game 2 here of the best at 3. And this time my opponent is going to be the one who is on the play. So we're going to be on the draw. So this is the toughest matchup for us. So on the draw, we really, really need that Captain Hook. We also have a Clarabelle for our 1-drops, but we do not want Clarabelle because she does not apply any pressure here. So we are really hoping that we can get one of the 4 Captain Hooks in here. So we do our mulligans. Yeah, I think I'm deciding. I send back 2. I think probably, I remember I didn't get the hook here. I didn't mulligan super hard because I had like some baboons and some heras and some like smees. So I think I just wanted to coast into like turn 2 here. But obviously that would be a lot easier if we were the one that was on the play. But since we're going second, it's gonna be a little more difficult. So they play a Broom, Inca Half Shark. I Inca Pete and I pass here. Yeah, because we did not get our 1-drops there. So quest for Broom, play another Broom, banish, draw. Classic, powerful Broom shenanigans there. So it's back over to us. I ink a Lawrence, and I play Calhoun, which will hopefully give me some pressure, like apply some board pressure so they don't quest. But they are playing you and this, so they just quest with the Broom, play a character and banish the Broom. Yeah, so they play Peter Pan, banish the Broom, draw a card. And now they have a the Rush evasive Peter Pan that gives all of their evasive characters Rush. So that's pretty scary. I ink a Pete here, and I play a Smee. Yeah, I just want to get some more quests on the table. And then Calhoun doesn't really do anything here because they don't have evasive, so I can't take out that Peter Pan, which just stings friends to draw 2 cards. My opponent plays a rabbit, draws another card. So they are drawing a lot here. And yeah, I am probably hoping that I can get that 7-drop Clarabelle here. So we do 4 for Hercules, and I just pass here. If they take our board, I think that we have no shot out of this. And they play a library, and then they quest. I think they also move both the characters to a library, so that is not good for us. So I'm trying to decide what to do here. And we do 3 for a Hera. Yeah, so Hera gives a Hercules evasive. So now I can take out that Peter Pan Shadowfinder. Calhoun take out the rabbit. They drop, I can gain 2 lore with that. And then the evasive Hercules can now take out the Peter Pan. Yeah, so I really like that tech with the evasive Hercules here. And I ink a Hera, and I pass my turn. And I think I forgot here, but I should have given Smee 1 damage because I have no captain character in play whenever Smee is exerted. So they gain lore of the library. They ink, go up to 6. So when they get to 7 ink, it's going to be bad for us. They play Diablo in Queen's Castle. Yeah, so we are ready for that B prep here on 7. So I have a couple more cards in my hand, but I'm not going to play anything. And we Challenger 2 and use a Smee to take out Queen's Castle. Remember to put the damage on the Smee here, so it should have 2 now because of last turn and this turn. And I think I just quest with the Hera, and I should quest with the Calhoun, right? Because I'm testing the B prep. Yeah, so quest with Calhoun as well. Go up to 7. Or just 6, I think. Yeah. And then I ink. I don't play any cards because I'm just going to get B prepped here. 3 in hand. Yeah, I try to hold on. And there's my cat, Sesame, bothering us. So they quest with Diablo, and then the ink, and yep, the B prep. So we lose our whole board there. Yeah. So we gain control of the board, but the B prep just takes everything back. But now we have 4 cards in hand, so we're not entirely out of it yet, but we do have a library, which is really tough. So ink a Herc, do 2 to play Dock. Discard a Dock. Oh, yeah, I always get ripped up with the double Docks in hand, and then we draw 2. So we're just hoping for that big Clarabelle, right? Because my opponent has been drawing so many cards. If we can just play the big Clarabelle for 7, we can really get back into this game. And they play Maui Halfshard, which just dominates the board, right? We can't do anything against that. So I just quest out for... No, I take out the library. I can't have them keep getting lore, yeah. Yeah, I was like, why would I quest? Because the Maui would just get more. But I think the library is too important for me to leave in play. Oh, the Calhoun did 3 damage earlier. Sorry, guys. She didn't quest. She did 3 damage. And then I play Body of Herc, so at least I can keep the 2 questing Herc alive with the Challenger. And hoping I remember that we don't have a Hera here, but if we can draw a Hera and the Maui exerts, I can hopefully take out the Maui by giving my Herc evasive. I don't think that happens, though. Yeah, the game goes pretty rough downhill after they play B prep, and then after Maui challenge to get another B prep back, just in case I somehow take over the board again. They can always just B prep and clean everything back up. But that also tells them that they don't have a B prep in hand, right? So now they only have 1 B prep in hand. So they play Goat, Bounce, play Fox. The Fox challenges, takes out the Dock there. I think my opponent missed that they would have lived if they challenged into the Hercules there, because they wanted to keep a Fox alive. But either way, it's still a rough situation for us. Yeah, the Hercules is not commonly played, so I think a lot of people don't know its stats. I was surprised because I thought they were going to take out the Herc. And then I play Tinkerbell here, just 1 damage to both the characters. Doesn't really do anything for us. Just quest with a Herc here because I want to be the one questing, and I want them to sacrifice their character to challenge into me. But not much of a point here. They sing with the friends, draw a bunch of cards, still have tons of cards in their hand. And yeah, I don't have that big Clarabelle there. So my opponent's trying to decide what to do. Yeah, so with this deck, we don't really have much draw power, right? It's just basically getting your hand down to 0 as you just tempo up, and then you play the Dock or the Clarabelle to draw. Yeah, so my opponent gets the Half-Shard back to hand by bouncing it to get safe, to protect the enemy, and they play B prep to his wiper board. Yeah, my opponent's playing very cautious against us because of game 1, I think. So I just do 4 for the Herc and the Smee, and once again, we really wanted that Clarabelle there. They Tremaine, and then I should have banished the Smee there, but then I kept the Herc because in case I drew the Shift Hercules, it would do more. And then they also play a Goat, and I just pass here. I think I can't play anything, and then my opponent plays a Half Shark. So once again, the Half Shark's back in, and we just can't really do anything about that, and they're way too ahead of us. So my opponent plays a Pirate's Life. They gain tons of lore because with the Half Shark, each time you play an action, you also get a lore, and songs are actions. And then I think they play a Finders Keepers as well. So get another action, draw some cards as well. and I draw for turn, and I think I just pass here. But yeah, I play a bodyguard Herc, and then I can't really do anything else, so I just pass. Yeah, and my opponent can just quest out for 3. So that is the second game here. Yeah, so definitely we got lucky that we were on the play here first. So game 1 and game 3, we get to go first, and in game 2 we go second. Yeah, so I think going second, we still have a shot. We just gotta kind of hope that the opponent does not get that B prep, or after they B prep, we can play Clarabelle, right? The Clarabelle is really our big thing after a B prep for us to survive. And yeah, unfortunately, we weren't able to get the Clarabelle this game, but the docks did come in handy here. So yeah, this would be our third game here. So definitely the hook is our best turn 1 to apply pressure. Turn 2, we want a Smee to quest or to control. One thing I try mulligan for here, since I know my opponent is playing Ruby Amethyst, is the big Clarabelle. Ideally, I don't want to hold on to it because I want to ink my hand to empty it out, then play Dock to draw. But against Ruby Amethyst, which doesn't discard my hand and has tons of card draw, Clarabelle is essential to helping this deck keep up. So I think it's definitely a priority for this specific matchup here. And yeah, since we're going first, we want to try to aggro out here. And we're just using that very powerful steal package just to try to aggro out. So this deck runs 31 characters that have 2 lore, right? We are really trying to get a lot of lore. We have, 4 wards with the Hera, 4 wards with the Meg as well. So really just, having characters that quest for 2 means that we don't need to quest as much, right? Because our characters just quest longer. So that's what I'm trying to shoot for here. If we don't get into our Meg and Hercules stuff. Okay, so I am on the play here, and I ink a Hercules to play a hook here. Yeah, so we got the start that we wanted here. And we're on a play, so things are looking good here. The ink a half shark, play Diablo, and pass. So Diablo is the best thing here for us because they don't have a turn box, so I can quest with the hook. So I play Smee, quest for hook, gets 1 lore, and I'll pass. Yeah, Smee Hook is just a really good combo here, just because Smee doesn't take damage when Hook is in play. They quest, bounce back, play the snake here. So now they're kind of like controlling us. If we quest with the Smee, they take us out. We can't quest for 2. We quest with the Hook, then take out the Hook, and then the snake will live. So it's pretty bad. So we do 3 for Lawrence. I think just pass here because I want to keep my characters to quest longer in the future. And I believe I have a strength here in my hand. So I am ready to play to take out that snake. But I believe something happens to where that doesn't pan out exactly how I wanted to. I think I wanted to have the Lawrence sing the strength. So my opponent inks, they play Peter Pan with Rush. But nothing to do here, and my opponent is shots at my opponent. He was like, man, I wish you would just quest with that hook so I could take it out. Yeah, so I draw here, and I believe I drew into a Smee. So at this point, I actually have 2 more Smees in hand. So I quest out, and then I just throw down both Smees here, right? I don't go for the Hera, Hercules strategy. I just go for like the basic steal package with the Smees here, right? 4 ink, put down 2 more Smees. If they take out the Smee and Lawrence, it's fine. They have to sacrifice all the characters, and then we can quest more with that Smee right there, right? So yeah, I think this is a pretty hyper aggro start just because we got a lot of Smees and we all have the double questers. Normally this deck wants to run more into the late game questing with the Megaras, but we weren't able, well, we just have to play whatever our hand gives us, and we got the Smees this game, so we're just going for that. So my opponent played a crab, and they're trying to decide which to give the challenge 3 to, so they give it to the snake, take out the Lawrence, and they trade. Peter Pan is trying to decide what he should do, and I think he just quests, no, I think he sings friends here, yeah, just because if Peter Pan takes out a Smee, he can't take out a Smee because Smee is 3/3, and then Peter Pan would sacrifice himself for nothing, basically, right? So my opponent just sings there, which is the better play for them. So they have tons of cards in hand. Again, playing Amethyst. I just quest out here for 6, and I keep the hook in play, so the Smee doesn't take a damage, because then, it's going to be more susceptible to trades. And I hardcast a Strength. I think I target the Crab here, because the Crab sacrifices itself into Smee. They can give another character like that Diablo Challenger 3, which is really bad, because then they take out another Smee, and that'll put us in a bad situation. They also exert the hook and take it out immediately. So now they finally got rid of our Captain Hook there. And then the Smees will start to take damage. So I believe my opponent just quested their side what to do because it's like, man, I don't have any more ink to do anything. They have 5 ink playing Elsa. And they can't take out another Smee, right, with the Peter Pan because he's 2/3. So there's nothing right now. Next turn, whenever I quest, though, the Smees will all take damage. So then Peter Pan can take it out, but it's not right now. So my opponent sacrificed the Diablo, running to the Smee just to draw another card. And then, yeah, right up here. And I believe that the one card that I have in my hand right there, well, I have two, but the one that I was holding since turn one was actually the big Clarabelle. So I drew into Baboon, and then I ink it. And I just quest out, go to 17, and then all the swings do not take 1 damage because they're exerted and I don't have a captain in play. So I feel like I'm in a good spot here, right? We have 5 ink with 3 Smees. If I were to ink every single turn, I think I would have gone to 6 there, yeah, because we were ahead, but I chose to not ink one of the turns here to get a little bit more lore. And then this deck runs 5 uninkable cards here, right? So we drew into a Tink, we ink it, and we have 1 in hand, which is that Clarabelle. So my opponent, I know they have tons of cards in hand. They're drawing way more here with the Maui Half Shark, right? They play an action, they play a Rabbit, draw 3 more cards. They ink, play another Friend's Hard Casting, draw more cards, right? And then they want to play action because Maui gets some lore when they do that, right? So it's a benefit for them. But then I drew another Inkable, the Hercules, and I played a Clarabelle here. So now I draw, I think they had 5 or 6 cards, 6 cards in hand. So, you know, Clarabelle here coming in really clutch, saving us the game here, right? And then my opponent plays a Tremaine, takes out the Clarabelle. And then here, it's really fun because I have a Pete in hand. So that can prevent a B prep. But in case they play a Tremaine, I want them to B prep their own board, right? So I need to have lethal on here. And so I just ink a Hercules. I want to get my ink up. So I think we go up to 8 there. I think I forgot to update. Okay, yeah, we have 8 ink. And then I just want to play some 2 questers and some 1 quest. I don't want to overcommit, right? I still have 5 cards, I believe, in hand. And we really just want them to be prep their own board because they have to kill our board, right? Just because we're ahead by so much, 17 lore, right? So play Calhoun because she can't be inked anyways. She's not really going to do anything. I just want them to take it out so then, and she can apply pressure. And I play a big Herc there, which is a little bit more difficult to take out. So they play Tremaine. I will probably, keep the Herc in place, something like that. And I'll go to 19, which is really dangerous for them. And I can always play the Pete next turn to prevent the B prep. So I believe my opponent just quests out here and they play that B prep. Because yeah, they they can't kill both of my characters unless they B prep, right? And I'll go to 20 by quest. So they quest out, I'll go at 13, and then I have 4 in hand because of Clarabelle. Play the B prep and they get 1 more lore with that Maui Half Shark. Just one of the best cards in the game. Yep, and I think, did they play anything? I think they still have some 1-drops, I think. Yeah, so they ink and they play a turn box and they pass back over to me. So now this is the turn that I want to Pete and I want to try to go for the win here. And I'm trying to decide which cards I should play. I was remembering that my opponent does not run Sisu because I didn't see it for the first 2 games. If they did run a Sisu, I would have played Pete and some characters that have more than a 2 attack, right? I think I had like the 3/3 Bodyguard Hercules, like another copy in my hand. But since they didn't have that, I played a Pete, I play a Hook, and I play a Hera there. Yeah, I still have 2 cards in hand, but now with the Pete, they can't play actions, and with the Hera, they can't exert it with like an else or something like that, right? So my opponent quested the turn box, managed to try to draw a card, but even they had to be prep. I'm not sure they had to be prep, but they cannot play because Pete blocks out actions, and then my opponent just passed there. So yeah, that is the game here. And yeah, we were able to go 2-1 against Ruby Amethyst here. Hercules is one of my favorite Disney movies, so I've been trying to make him work in Disney Lorcana for a long time, but I think right now with the current meta, he's at his best. I plan on making a deck breakdown for this Hercules deck for my next Lorcana video, and I'll go over specific matchups and show some examples from Pixelborn Connect playing against other players. I think our best matchup are Sapphire decks because it's hard for them to keep up, so I'll be showing some gameplay against Blurple, Ruby Sapphire, and Emerald Sapphire, so hopefully I can match up against people playing those ink combos. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys all in the next one.